The hunt for the Dedicant. Pilots Federation alert. Traces of a distress call from the Dedicant megaship have been detected in the LP-700-1458 system. Vice Admiral Amir Rafiq, a spokesperson for the Imperial Navy, broadcast an announcement on all public channels. An Imperial scout ship traveling through LP-700-1458 has intercepted several fragmentary signals. Their identifying markers confirmed that they originated from the Dedicant. We believe there has been an encryption error in the system's communication beacons, which prevented the distress call from being rerouted to its intended destination in the Federation. Officially, the Imperial Navy no longer performs joint operations with our federal counterparts, nor do we involve ourselves in the activities of the illegal Far God cult. Nevertheless, we are sharing this information as a humanitarian gesture. Our hope is that this may aid a rescue mission for those trapped aboard the lost megaship. The Dedicant made an unscheduled hyperspace jump from the Poponcha system on the 15th of June.
Frameshift drive charging.
While imprisoned members of the Order of the Far God were being transferred on board to be...
You are clear of the station. Have a safe trip, Commander.
...relocated in the Alliance. Executive...
4, 3, 2, 1,
Agent Jalen Locke of the Federal Intelligence Agency released a statement. It is unexpected to receive any kind of assistance from the Empire, but on this occasion we are grateful. 3 security teams,
mission objective detected.
comprised of
Mission
50
critical
agents
message.
each, are currently on the
Fuel scooping.
Dedicant along with over 8,000
Fuel scooping complete.
cultists. This is the first indication that the megaship remains intact and that our people are calling for help. FIA specialists are en route to the LP-700-1458 system. However, deciphering interstellar comms signals is a difficult and time-consuming task. We would appreciate any assistance from independent pilots if they are able to detect any further messages. Presidential candidates outline manifestos. The 3 candidates in the federal presidential election have taken part in a second-lived debate to discuss policies. The event was more closely moderated than the first debate in June. The candidates discussed their campaigns in detail, with minimal interruption from their rivals. Republican Party candidate Jerome Archer is the current vice president and a former director of the Federal Intelligence Agency. He explained his intentions to tighten security and increase military spending, shielding citizens from external threats, whether human or alien, is always my top priority. Ms. Winters lacks any significant achievements in her political career, if we're honest. Whereas I can refer to many successes, such as the Proactive Detection Bureau, which prove I am a man of my word. Shadow President Felicia Winters, leader of the Liberal Party, was previously the Secretary of State in Jasmina Halsey's administration. She outlined her plans to reinvest in civil infrastructure by increasing corporate taxation. Our economic model will look to increase tax revenue generated by large corporations, greatly improving the quality of life for billions of people through public service investment. Mr. Archer's obsession with police-state programs can only push the Federation further toward an authoritarian dystopia. Independent candidate Zachary Rackham is a well-known business magnate who privately owns many federal companies. His campaign pledges have proved highly popular, but remain light on detail. Is anyone else as bored of these two windbags as I am? All politicians do is make empty promises, but I'm in the business of giving people what they want. As president, I'll make every single person rich and successful, just like, say it with me, come on, just like me. All three candidates pledged to prioritize funding for the Federal Navy's anti-Xeno efforts until the ongoing conflict with the Thargoids reaches a conclusion. In related news, Congress confirmed that the election date has been shifted again. Refugee advocacy groups have argued that all residents of federal systems lost to Thargoid invasion are entitled to vote, and the active re-registration of this demographic in new territories has forced a further delay. The election is now expected to be held in the last quarter of 3309. Azimuth releases new AX weapon. Pilots Federation alert. Rare goods delivered to Zywanga helped ensure that Azimuth Biotech's arms convention was a success. CEO Torben Raidmaker confirmed the initiative's completion. From today, the overcharged gimbaled AX multi-cannon with autoloader is available at all rescue megaships, as well as Azimuth Biotech's core markets. I am confident that this will prove useful to those brave pilots who enter combat with Thargoid ships. Once again, my company has proved that its ingenuity and experience in developing anti-Xeno weaponry cannot be surpassed. I would like to offer my heartfelt thanks to all of the corporate, financial and military representatives who attended the convention. Many fascinating proposals were discussed, most of which must remain commercially confidential for now. Suffice to say, the future for Azimuth Biotech and our partners looks bright. Finally, the event was helped enormously by the supplies of albino Quechua mammoth meat, Gilead signature weapons and Hana silver serum, as well as those who eliminated criminal elements in the Zywanga system. I have authorized reimbursement for delivered goods from Musashi and bounty vouchers from Cartier City. News feeds, business analysts and ICE channels have discussed the clandestine nature of Azimuth Biotech's convention. Some wondered if the corporation would be able to function without external financing. Others suggested that cooperation with mainstream companies may rehabilitate Azimuth in the eyes of the superpowers. The attendance of senior staff from the Holloway Bioscience Institute has also raised eyebrows within the scientific community. An editorial in the Empirical remarked, Holloway's expertise in studying vacuum-dwelling life forms is almost unparalleled. If Azimuth were to forge closer ties with the Institute, the resulting xenological research capabilities might even surpass those of Aegis. Dedicant quest yields results. Pilots Federation alert. The missing megaship Dedicant is close to being located after fragments of its distress call were tracked down. The scrambled messages were discovered on comms beacons in the LP71458, Wanyes, Olurung and Quackimo systems. Combined decryption efforts eventually led to another beacon in the HIP 19912 system, where the Dedicant's original transmission was revealed. Federal Escort Team Alpha. Assigned to order of the Far God megaship Dedicant. Prisoner transfer mission has failed. Significant non-lethal defensive measures encountered. Majority of order of the Far God prisoners escaped. Prisoners initiated Dedicant hyperdrive. Escort teams Alpha, Bravo, Charlie and cultists remain on board. Dedicant current location unknown. Advise tracing metadata coordinates to this message. Request immediate Federal Navy assistance. Vice Admiral Amir Rafik of the Imperial Navy provided an update. Imperial intelligence specialists are currently analyzing the comms beacon in HIP 19912 to trace the message to its point of origin. We have orders not to commence any joint operations with the Federation, but I am authorized to make our findings public. Executive Agent Jalen Locke of the Federal Intelligence Agency told the media, "We appreciate the assistance from the Empire and from all the independent pilots who helped find this distress call. It has confirmed our theory that the prisoners managed to regain control of their former vessel using various modifications made to its internal systems. FIA security teams are standing by to launch a rescue mission as and when the Dedicant's location is pinpointed. They will retake the megaship by force if necessary and detain all Thargoid cultists on board." Thargoid War Update, July 3309. Vox Galactica journalist Jade Sanderlin reports on the latest news emerging from the front lines of the conflict. Events in the war continue to move quickly, sometimes outpacing the speed of news. In my last update, I mentioned that the Thargoids had occupied over 1,000 systems. But by the time that was published, the number had reduced considerably. According to my sources, anti-Xeno squadrons and independent pilots are reclaiming systems at a higher rate than Thargoids can conquer them. This incredible achievement suggests we are finally gaining the advantage in this war. The hopelessness that many have felt over the last 9 months is now tempered with optimism. Our naval forces are proving that the alien fleet is not undefeatable. My sources also passed on some unsettling stories from pilots working beyond the frontline systems. A few of them seem to think that the Thargoids' interest in occupied escape pods, which is well documented, has recently increased. Apparently, there have been claims that Thargoid vessels went out of their way to abduct escape pods launched from ships damaged in battle. These are little more than unsubstantiated rumors, of course, and not something I would usually include in a factual report. But we know so little about the Thargoids that even circumstantial changes in their behavior might be significant. And I can't be the only one who finds such tales chilling. Otherwise, the most significant news this month was Azimuth Biotech's corporate convention and the launch of its AX module redesign. Aegis clearly has the lead in both public sentiment and government support at this time, but it seems like Azimuth has no intention of ceasing its contributions to the war effort anytime soon. This is Jade Sanderlin for Vox Galactica. Stay safe out there. of the Dedicant. Pilots Federation alert. The lost megaship Dedicant has been located in HIP 19600, with signs of Thargoid attack and all inhabitants missing. The Dedicant was being prepared by federal authorities to deport imprisoned members of the Order of the Far God when it unexpectedly jumped into hyperspace. Pilots who helped to decipher its fragmented distress call were informed of the recent discovery by the Imperial Navy. Executive Agent Jalen Locke of the Federal Intelligence Agency issued a statement. We can confirm that the Dedicant has been discovered adrift in the HIP 19600 system. There is evidence that the Thargoids penetrated the hull in multiple locations, and thousands of escape pods were launched. Unusually, there are no bodies on board, and we have not been able to locate any of the escape pods. The whereabouts of all 3 FIA security teams and over 8,000 Far God cultists cannot be determined. A series of personal logs, portraying some harrowing experiences, are helping us to piece together what happened during the Dedicant's disappearance. We are liaising with military intelligence to learn more. In related news, Aegis made an announcement on all public channels. Independent observers have detected a new type of Thargoid vessel operating within the Maelstroms. Little is known of their capabilities as yet. They have been provisionally classified as a hunter due to their size, which is similar to the glaive. Aegis has only corroborated sightings of these ships in close proximity to the Thargoid Titans. However, we have received reports that they may be active elsewhere. Pilots are advised to exercise maximum caution if they encounter these vessels. Cultists blamed for Dedicant tragedy. President Zachary Hudson has accused the Order of the Far God of being directly responsible for the fate of the Dedicant megaship. Our assessment of these Thargoid-worshipping extremists has been proved correct, he told the Federal Times. Hijacking the Dedicant to deliver it to their alien gods is an act of treason and mass murder. I have ordered the Proactive Detection Bureau to root out every deluded individual with sympathies for this twisted cult. Automatic life sentences will ensure that these traitors never again put innocent people at risk. The declaration brought political pressure on all 3 presidential candidates to state their intentions for the Far God cult should they be elected. Vice President Jerome Archer, I will be pleased to continue President Hudson's policy on dealing with these religious fanatics. Stricter controls, increased surveillance, and tougher sentences. Shadow President Felicia Winters, regardless of their misguided beliefs, thousands of former citizens also lost their lives during this Thargoid attack. I am lobbying for an independent security review into these tragic events. Zachary Rackham, hear me out. There's a simple solution to all this. When I'm president, only criminals will pay tax. That'll be a far more effective deterrent than imprisonment. Dr. Alfred Ulyanov, an expert on the Order of the Far God, observed that the cultists had no way of communicating with the Thargoids. The deeply distressing logs found on the Dedicant prove that the arrival of the Thargoids was unexpected, and certainly not the rapturous experience they believed it would be. The Federal Intelligence Agency is continuing to investigate the Dedicant in the HIP 19600 system. The Alliance's amnesty program with the Federation has been officially halted, but the Far God religion remains legal in most allied territories. Thargoid sites undertake human harvest. Pilots Federation alert. A new type of Thargoid vessel is hyperdicting human ships and capturing living passengers. Aegis has designated the Hunter-class alien ship as a scythe. Aidan Tanner released an assessment of its capabilities. This Thargoid vessel has been designed not just for combat, but to hyperdict ships and extract human beings from them. Our observations of its tactics suggesting that abduction is its primary purpose. A scythe's initial attack mirrors that of its glaive cousin by attempting to disable frame shift drives and deplete shields. It then launches a unique strike to make passenger cabins and cargo holds uninhabitable. The resulting escape pods are rapidly drawn on board onto the side intact. Further observations were made by Vice Admiral Schuyler Anderson, the Empire's military liaison to Egypt. Due to their modus operandi, it now seems likely that the Dedicant's population was forced to abandon the megaships and subsequently abducted en masse by these vessels. The Thargoids have been capturing escape pods for years, but now it seems to...
Under attack. Frameshift drive charging. retracted. Frameshift drive charging. Disengaged.
Automated docking approved.
Landing gear deployed.